General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda. I recognize all the previous and associate myself with the previous protocols. Your Excellency, before I'm here to welcome you. I'm here to introduce my colleague ministers, and hereafter, Your Excellency, I will make a brief statement. I will not talk for long. Most of the things I had hoped to have raised have been raised by the previous speakers. But before I proceed, let's thank God for being here. Opo Yesu Jowa, Opo Manu Kitu, Opo Kenwa, Amir Mawadom Chima Piladito Matike no Kajikim. Although Chima Beva, Mother will FC1 lady, Mamendo Ching Paladito President Museveni. Whoever, Ana Yoriemba.
Eta kuliande ile niweteko.
Ana Yoriemba Okello. Sima Binguma. Sima Jalo Minister Mino Kawawa. Yamati Chichoka Dokuru Kanyemi. Inuara kale ni la panena mukora. Ikidu. Entro a Kidu where a door and boy Kidu Kanyemi.
Non è italiano.
Akikaji Nuora. Mawano Fiuke na Matalo Igamente. Matalo ministers. And then kwa in the Bioka team Ikwe in Madrid Wati Yeni. Mukwa Alegoni Humanitarian Protocol, Ana Yeti Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Chief of Protocol, Uganda. Imaru, Kada, you protocol, you year. Imana Milko, he Namura Matino, take any canyon. He booked one kind. Iburuba Natarupa Uchino. New Beta Telamani Uganda, Matalo Minister, Lamera, Honorable Dr. Dina Bear, Minister of State for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Office of Prime Minister, Piki Makanyane. Stand up for recognition, please. I know I don't protocol Manuiri. We are taking the opportunity to recognize the Honorable Dennis Obua, handsome government chief whip. May I recognize this one is student the same water. Honorable Hilary Onek, Omaroke, Onek, Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees in the North Prime Minister. Onek is our senior minister from Northern Uganda here. We have Honorable Musa Echueru, Minister of State for Works. I'm now going to inform that Minister Echueru, Yamero, Minister, the Marco Meda Leone, Minister of the State, the Office of Minister of the State for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees. Echueru will be office man a part of each. Well done, Echueru, for coming. We have my own dear sister here, Honorable Anita Evelyn Kajik, Minister of State for Investment in the Ministry of Finance. I have my young brother, Honorable Okwang Peter, Minister of State for Education and Sports. When Peter took over my office, I was in that office many years ago, in 2001, 2004. Ubua then came after also. I think Ubua was there also. They did a good job. Uganda is hosting what? AFCON. We have one young brother and a new minister, Honorable Dr. Omona Kenneth, Minister of Northern Uganda. Leo Omona Bakeba, and Minister of Northern Uganda. We are taking Minister Helen Adoa, Minister of State for Fisheries. We are taking Minwama Chichokanya and Nibene, Honorable Okello Beatrice Akori. We are taking Honorable Minister Manien, Honorable, we have our new minister here, Honorable Wamala Nambozwe Florence, Minister of State. Watiki Honorable Nyamutoro. Then we have our own the one and only. Wear that orange shirt, I cannot see it here. The one and only Madam we should forgive Madam has fully not organized himself for being a minister, so slowly he will find his way to sit as minister. But let him stay there because he's a youth. Your Excellency, we have also amongst us sincere apologies. I want another senior minister of Uganda, Honorable Robert Mao, Minister for Justice and Cultural Affairs. My apologies. Those in protocol in the future should put more in front because when it's there, it cannot be seen. But we're happy. Your Excellency, we are happy to have you here. Once again, we're happy to see you in Kitgum. Your presence in Kitgum means a lot to the people of Kitgum. It's trying to send a strong message for how you love the people of Kitgum, how you love the people of Northern Uganda, and we also see that they love you. Excellency, I remember about 3 years ago, soon after you appointed Minister Chua, you said a statement, you made some statement which you said that as a president you have a capacity to appoint as many ministers as the Constitution allows and as many ministers as you want from a particular area. So the appointment of Minister Chua is within your prerogative. And I listened to that statement and I said, the president is so powerful. Little did I know that the president is exceptionally powerful. So when I was flying the other day to Namibia, when the changes in the changes in the cabinet took place, I did not hear it, I did not know about it. And then in Namibia, late at night, I went to bed. I saw a message from my wife, she rang me about I think she rang me about 23 times when I was flying. And in the morning I rang her immediately. I thought it was some disaster. And he says, no, you have survived. There's a reform, you have survived. I said, why are you ringing me 23 times then? You have not survived. He said, Munage, these things are not Chua. Things God you survive. But most importantly, SSC, when she told me that you had brought in my own sister, Lilian Abere, as a minister, I was more than jubilated. I was excited that she has been appointed a minister. She is capable of being a minister, and I was thinking how God has gifted the people of Egypt to have 3 ministers in the same period. This is a record by the sake of imaginations. Not only that, we have here at our neighbor here, we have a Kori, our neighbor here, we have even Mao, who came as a minister. So you've been very kind to us as Northerners. You've given us all these ministries. I want to thank you very much for leading Abe, which we thank God for leading Abe, as God is the one who appoints leaders. Work hard counts, but in the end, God is the one who elects leaders. I want to wish Lina Abe all the very best in her office as a new minister, and she can be assured that the beauty of her job is that she has got Mao there to support her, she's got Hira Ronek to support her, she's got Akori to support her, she's got me to support her, she's got me to support her. So we will give her all the necessary support to ensure that she receives a soft landing in her office and responsibility as a minister. We want to thank you, Excellency. We want to thank you really for giving her this responsibility, and we want you to be patient, to be very patient with her as she takes over her job. The job of minister is not easy. There are many obstacles along the way, but what is important is giving her the opportunity to make those mistakes, overcome them, and eventually she will be able to run her office without any problems. So Wapora chwepi mire walili ya nape mukwo wapora chwepi chwele nito nitwila nidobo wari wapointi nile nape machalo minister mamegwa uba miwatu kitu kwa tiki minister ya depolo kamelu kele tiki minister machalo megwani ade ya choli ko bedi watiki minister dega ya kitu watika Kori ya choli watiki unne watiki Mao madbumo ba umerewa aleo ni darbo ba yo minister of state don't worry, leave minister of state. You see, the office of the minister, whether it be a full minister, whether it be a minister of state, is what the individual in that office makes. If you enter that office and you just sit there and look at the sky and just sit in a swinging chair and you say you're a minister, then that office remains there as a minister. But even if you're a minister of state, you can in the way you deal and handle that office, you can be perceived to be the full minister. So you should not complain that about this minister of state. You can also be a full minister and swing around their chairs and there will be no results. So I want to assure the people that I have no doubt that Lydia is going to take her office and just sit and swing in a chair. She will show to us that she is capable not only of being a minister of state, but she was equivalently be a full minister in this office. God bless her in that task. Mr. President, I want to associate myself with all the good things that and whatever my brother Amere, member of parliament, or people with Select talked about. I also want to associate myself with what the LC5 talked about, so I will not repeat what they said. But I think this is an opportunity for me also to raise a few things in the presence of our people here, and I will not make it long. Ujoa, Alegoni, people are people of Tikajeni. Where they are watching them on your direct material one. You have the power to make me. You will tell me what you call me. The big people of Kajan, the real one, while you can't want to get it. You can tell me one get it. You know, I'm here from the deep global. Yes, I want to thank you for the peace and the tranquility of this country. Whenever I travel abroad, I always refer to Uganda as the oasis, and the oasis of peace in the Great Lakes region, and the oasis of peace and security in Africa. That's why our growth rate soon after the COVID, we are growing at about 6%. That is why we have the capacity to host refugees who come to Uganda, knowing that they will seek shelter in a country which is peaceful and that will them security. However, Excellency, down the road from here, those of us who face California still have issues with Maloney warriors who keep disturbing us frequently. Even as we talk on almost on a daily basis, the incidents where Californians come into our areas and cause mayhem and sometimes kill, beat, or steal individuals. This is, I want to do, Excellency, to support our hard-working UPDF officers in this area. They have done a wonderful job to have reduced and curtailed incidents to zero. But they need more assistance. They need more logistics, human logistics on the ground, and they need technical assistance to assist them to be able to identify these Californians. I'm sure if our UPDF officers would have been acknowledged here, but to be given additional manpower and additional technical support, these Californians will not be coming here to disturb us anymore. Because after all the efforts we make, we talk about poverty reduction, we talk about EDM, yoga, and all these other efforts to reduce poverty. But what is the use of people making an effort if the next day the Californians come and get spoiled what people have done? 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards. Excellency, the UPDF needs more intervention in manpower, more intervention in technical resource to enable them to have a zero handling of this issue of California, so that we have total peace in this area. Elephants. The LC5 talking about elephants. Excellency, this is a very serious issue. We have no right to touch these elephants. We need protein to eat, we change our diets, but these elephants come here and destroy the very crops our people have grown. But we just watch them. We cannot do anything to them. People give sufurias, give debes, give jerrycans to chase them, but the elephants are so accustomed to this method of deterrence, but still keep destroying people's gardens. I talked to the Minister for Tourism about this matter. They have sent forms for compensation, but people have waited for compensations for over a year and nothing's forthcoming. We need to step up, like in other places, the issue of deterring elephants in this region. Excellency. Because without that, as we are going now towards the new season, there are many families who do not have enough food to see them over for the next season, the harvest season. Please assist us, Your Excellency, in dealing with the issue of Caramojas and the issue of elephants, which are causing a lot of insecurity. There are a few outstanding issues, Excellency, that you, a few years ago, pledged in this area. There is a group here called themselves Owino, or the Owino group, Owino, here, who lost their properties in the fire several years back, and you are saying that you're going to give them some compensation, I think something about the rate of 60 million. Excellency, they have been waiting, and they keep writing me letters after letters after letters, and I keep forwarding to you. Please assure the people of Owino here that I keep raising these matters to you frequently. They keep thinking that I'm hiding those letters in my drawer. Your Excellency, there is a Reverend Achuru. Reverend Achuru, you might even know wrong. And when you saw that he has over 100 or 200 trees, orange trees. And you identified him as an outstanding farmer who grows oranges. And you told him you would give him a vehicle, a pickup vehicle to assist him and motivate him in his production. This was when you came to Rom about 3-4 years ago. Your Excellency, the word out there is that you gave me that pickup, and that is a pickup that I use in my farm, and I made my personal pickup. Your Excellency, please bring a churu or tell the people a churu here that I don't have his pickup now. Your Excellency, there was the issue of the NRA, National Defense Army. In 1985, there were some mistakes they made in Amukora. I've raised this matter with you several times, Your Excellency. The families have come here and they wanted me to hear and raise this matter with you here so that they can hear for themselves that I've raised this matter to you several times. Please can we conclude this matter of what incident took place in Amukora, where errors were made by some members of the NRA previously. That matter can be addressed. There is that only issue, sir, of Kidepo, Amukora, no, Kidepo Road. Your Excellency, the contractors came here and surveyed the place. UNRWA came in place and took all the names of the people to be compensated. They marked even the roads, how the road will be widened. They told those people whose property will be destroyed, they'll be compensated. There was a lot of excitement in the Wananchi. But all of a sudden, everything has gone quiet and nobody knows whether this road is going to happen or not happen. However, the information which I reliably have, Excellency, is that the agreement, the financing agreement between the financiers of Sweden and the government of Uganda has just one paragraph, just the one paragraph that cannot be agreed upon between the Attorney General's office and the financiers. Just one paragraph. I've raised this matter with the Attorney General, I've raised it with the finance, and the story is that they are trying to finalize the issue of that, just one paragraph. So I can bring this one paragraph before you, since you are a lawyer, you are a Minister of Finance, you are everything and capable of analyzing and guiding them, so that this issue, the one paragraph, can be addressed and they start constructing that road. In fact, that road, Excellency, with a little extension, with a little funding from that road, we can connect the road from Okello to Lopus in South Sudan. And that will allow the youth from this area to start trading between Uganda and South Sudan and the international border market that LC5 was talking about. So if we can open trade between here and South Sudan and use the international border market that LC5 was talking about, it's very important that that road is open to allow trade between us and South Sudan. That will also deal with the issue of security in that area, because we have a lot of rogue South Sudanese officers, soldiers, who come into that area and steal people's cows and properties and run back into South Sudan. That road is as important as the security roads that the LC5 talks about here. I urge you, Excellency, to see about this Kidepo Road, one paragraph that needs to be dealt with. He said it is very important. Two things, Excellency. Your Excellency, I want to thank you for coming to Quito. You came to my late father's Thanksgiving prayers in Amukora. And I have come to the talk. I remember your speech vividly. It will be a crime for me, and it will be criminal for me, if you come all the way to the Thanksgiving prayers of my late father and I did not listen attentively to what you said. I still have it here in my heart, and the entire family appreciates you coming at the time. There is one thing I picked out. I picked out everything. But there's one thing I picked out which I've been disturbing you with in government for the last 15 years. My apologies for disturbing you on this issue for the last 15 years in government. The issue of the district, Chua district. Your Excellency, I've been raising this matter with the creation of Chua district out of People District. I've raised it, and I've raised it. And my Thanksgiving prayers of my late father, you confirmed that when you interacted with the Tito raised the issue of Chua District to you, and that you promised that in memory of the Tito, you start that district, Munangi. Your Excellency, I know the strength you have, but let this, if anything, let it be the last district that you will create. Then we'll pass a law prohibiting all other districts. Finally, Your Excellency, on behalf of the Acholi community, Your Excellency, please can you assist and fast track the issue of Acholi Wode Clements. This issue is a thorn in the government. It's a thorn amongst all these ministers and leaders. Everywhere we go, we are reminded about Acholi Wode claims. Payments have started, but there is a lack of clarity and transparency as to exactly what is being paid and who is being paid and how much is being paid. I heard the NC5 talking here of some figures, but that is different from the figures I have. So I don't know where the NC5 got his figures, but the figures I have is of great concern that give the impression that there's been a lot of outpayments, yet the NC5 is saying here there's been very few payments. Your Excellency, please have a look at this matter and see how it can be addressed. I apologize for raising this matter as if I'm a member of parliament. I know I access you all the time, but there are things I had to raise here in the presence of these people. Otherwise, they'll say, watch it for more than leadable. Watch it for more than leadable. So, what did he say when the president was there? What did he say? Now I've told you those things, Your Excellency.